ended the weekend with a couple of prices. Shalonian,
Yes.
$29. The Keels, cut from class. I think that was at least taking just, let's see, $15. And then with also the number 2, let's see, first race, Patria, paying out
Yeah.
$17.80 for Marco Salazar.
Patry was interesting. Is a big price over at Pimlico. Had an up on the pace kind of trip, dropped back a little bit, came again. I was like, I didn't really know what to make. Marco Salazar doesn't hit a lot, but was usable. Got it done. Good trip. It took the rating and worked through to get it done. Chelonian, yes, the outer post may have kind of bumped up that price. Obviously, we got a stat later with Ness about him rolling it kind of right now. A little bit of a lull, but yes, back at it. And that definitely enhanced cut from class as well.
Right.
Much improved form and stamina there. Great job by that whole outfit.
Yeah.
And Caitlin Keel and Company. 1575 was your late pick 5. We've had consistently good paying pick 5s at lower percentage takeout.
Yep.
Play along early and late and often.
And we will take a look at the track to see what you're going to be playing on here today. The track is fast and the turf is firm, Keith. Nice sunny skies, blue skies here. Don't really see a cloud around.
No, it's a beautiful day. Things are going to even heat up a little bit more. Looks like the precip's going to stay away. We've had a nice string of weather here in this region. Let's hope we keep at it. Probably need a little bit of rain. Maybe a little bit at night wouldn't hurt. But, conditions perfect this afternoon.
There we go. Let's start things off here with our first leg of the early pick 5 in this, claiming $20,000 for the 3-year-olds and up, which of number 1-3 going 5.5 on the turf. Scratches in the 5, 6, 10, 12 to 16 for those AEs. But the 13 does run, and you have that one in your top selection. Outkissed for Robbie Bells. Force Boyce gets the call with this one.
Yeah, a little shot here in the opener. This one's never been on the turf. But I tell you, the outworks are okay. 13, 14%. Bottom side, it's there. There's some turf within this family. Taking a shot, looking at it, there's not a slew of true speed. This horse has flashed ability in the past, coming back a little bit better effort there. Turf definitely firmed up. Outside speed, might have to deal with burning up the dough to the inside, maybe sustenance. Shake free, turning for home. Let's hope the wire saves this horse on top today, Outkissed. I think the 11 is the best beneficiary of this speed if things get really kind of contested up front. Back and forth. This horse doesn't want any part of the dirt anymore, it looks like. Woke back up when transferred to the turf last time. Park Place, good effort. This horse really finished strong at Pimlico, worked an outside trip to get it done late to be second. I think is going to be rolling home with his extra ground on this longer stretch here with Sheldon. Horse by the 1, Boss Man JJ. Yeah, I mean, this is a horse, he's just had some serious trouble the last several starts. I don't know if it's kind of him, just the unfortunate circumstances, but coming back to the turf, could this bring him back to life here? Third race off a little bit of a break. He's run well, 3 seconds from 8 starts over this turf course. Figures it work. Company lines that certainly work. Getting through the first eighth of a mile is going to be key. If he comes away cleanly and confidently inside, he can track and move into it and be a major player here in the opener for Tim Solisman. Claudie Boy, interesting as well. Second off the break. Trouble, you see that comment forced out at the 3/8 pole. There's some stuff going on there leaving the far turn at Pimlico. 2 for 8 over this turf course. Another one doesn't have to be on the lead. Can track and make first run over these closers.
I definitely see it with your number 1 on that inside rail, so I like that stab at that price. 13, 11, 1, 7 for Keith there in race number 1. Race number 2 is a maiden claiming 12.5 going a mile on the dirt for the 3, 4, and 5-year-old. Scratch on the favorite of the 2. I'll take the blame. Keith, you and I both go with the number 4, Ascribe for Jamie Ness. Jamie Rodriguez, we have a nice, of course, you gifted us with a nice little stat.
Yeah, this is, we talked about Ness. Maybe we were a little hard on him a couple weeks ago. He was a little, floating around 11, 12%. We're not used to seeing that. He's back. All right, he's back. He's all over the place, winning at a high percentage now. 5 for 7 the last 10 days at Laurel, 726 ROI. Ascribe, you're looking at this horse, has never tried the dirt. Claim for 30, 24 no good, a little in tight on the turf at Pimlico. I looked at this family, unequivocally better on the main track.
Right.
Take the shot here, lose the deuce. It was going to be a very short price. Ascribe, better show a little bit more speed. I think he will. This is what he needs to get to this main track. But You know, not a whole lot you can really hang your hat on. I thought the one, you're looking for a little bit of price. I'll talk about Coronation Time in a second.
Sure.
Right Quick has come back off the layoff. The blinkers have gone on. I like the efforts closing into lone speeds. Now, not a lot of true speed in here. Maybe the outside horses go, the 6 and the 7. But off the sprints, should get good position and bring a finish. You're looking at the bottom side. There's family in here winning on the route. Going long, I should say, on the main track. I think Right Quick, a little shot here in good form for Robin Graham. Coronation Time ran well, and Hammy's horses have a tendency to run well sprint to route on the main track. You're going to get that again today. That 3-back try at this same distance with trouble was very good. That 50 buyer going to be good enough to win it.
No, I definitely see that. With editorial in your number 1.
Yep.
Also, 22%, 2 for 9 with his first-time routers as well to back
Okay.
that up. Race number 3 is back on the turf here in the maiden claiming 45, going 1 mile and an eighth for the 3, 4, and 5-year-old. Scratch in the 6, States United. Scratch in the 12, Ready to Reign. You have the number 10 on top, Union Bulldog. This is going to be coming in at a nice price of 12 to 1 for Horacio De Paz. Jamie Rodriguez. I did think about this horse, so I see where you're coming from.
This is the race why I didn't do an early pick 4 ticket today. It was going to be so costly because it would have been all.
Right.
I can sit here, I could talk for an hour about this race and make good reasoning for every horse in here to win this race. So let's take kind of the stranger to the turf, the 10, Union Bulldog. Horacio De Paz still rolling along the last couple months. Returns off a little break. First time gelding by Golden Sense, 14% with the turf routes. Bottom side, it's there, turf, including the full sibling, just one, up at Monmouth. Open 25 claimer, open company with an 85 buyer. This horse has run okay. It's got the stamina underneath. Couple little changes here.
Right.
Why not? Seeking a double-digit kind of a payout. This horse, should be 10, 12 to 1 when it's all said and done. Burroughs K, video spotlight. You've got this one on top.
I do.
I like it.
I do.
Big price here.
Yes, I know. I don't have my notes for the afternoon on me, but I just
That's okay.
I love the way that this one. I love what Madison is doing. She's starting to get more stock that's kind of able to be up to the task. And I love the trip. I love the professionality of the trip up the rail on this one. Just got a touch, I'm not going to say shy, but started to pull through, as you can see a little bit there. So I think just got a bit tired on the rail, if that makes any sense. Just a little bit mentally tired. It's a big, long fight, but just what a jump up that we saw on that horse.
I remember, that day, that was the last day of the meet, if I'm not mistaken, the 27th, the payout day. We did catch that late, a group of us, nice big group ticket.
Oh, you did?
They caught it, but here's the ticket. We left this horse. This was the last horse we took off the ticket. Burroughs K. Bill, my partner, liked the horse.
Okay.
35 to 1. He says this horse is going to wake up and run a little better. He ran huge. There's not a lot of true speed in here. He gets position. These horses, I know it's a little slight move up to 45. A bunch of these horses key up against each other. So don't let the price dissuade you. It's there in the family, a big wake up. Burroughs K should be forward. Border War is a horse I'm going to throw into the mix for Jimmy Toner. Check and see if this horse runs with fronts again. Came off the break with fronts. Second time gelding angle on a softer ground at Pimlico. F35 was the first time Brittany Russell Turfer got it done at a price. Walked the dog up front. A little bit of a belated rally here. Maiden special to maiden claim. I don't like this horse. Only 6 starts as a 5-year-old, but definitely back company lines work. 10, 4, 9, 5. Petrosina, yes, another one with a tough trip. Protected again here with the waiver. You see that trouble comment. Steady, got in a little tight, almost like a check around the first turn at Pimlico. Then was ratcheted back, had off of a pretty quick pace. Worked out, we're top in the lane, really came on well. That Long Branch Lou was an okay horse, first time off the claim for Nolan Ramsey. We could talk about everybody. 10, 4, 9, 5. Take a horse or two at a price in here, top and bottom with the field. That's what I would do. I'm going to look for something that 8 to 10 to 1 range and take them pretty much with everybody.
Yep, no wonder you didn't do an early pick 4 because you were talking about the opener with this race too. You could have gone 5 wide on this ticket. So no, just a lot of options in this race. I think it's especially with a lot of these horses are going from the mile to the mile and an
Mile
eighth.
and an eighth could be the decide. Yeah.
Makes a bit. I think it's going to be a big deciding factor. So that's how I played this a little bit. Love your stab at the number 10 on top. Keith is 10.495. Race number 4 starts the Rainbow Pick 6. Thankfully, I didn't have to deal with this last race that we just talked about for my ticket.
No.
So going in, we've got a $14.40 ticket. Tried to keep it light and fun for you guys. Singled on Arm and Ready. First time against winners for Jamie Ness, coming from that Parks to Laurel angle. You said he's been slow, but that angle's been heating up a little bit. 32%, 29 for 91 in the last 91 entrants from Parks to Laurel. 2 deep in races 5, 8, and 9, and 3 deep in races 6 and 7. A $14.40 ticket. I will dive into that into the afternoon. Let's touch and looking on a microscope on this first leg in this claiming 20,000, which I've never won to. A mile and an eighth this time on the dirt, though, for the 3-year-olds and up. Scratching the number 2, Dr. Jack Flyer. Keith, you have the number 4 on top, Finger Roll, in Brittany Russell and Sheldon Russell.
Yeah, came north and got it done at Delaware. In a muddy track, this horse has never had a fast main track effort. Certainly should handle it when looking at the breeding. Now look at this horse, $125,000 purchase. None of the real immediate siblings have run particularly fast. I like the spot here. Right back, though. Under the cross, got clear at Delaware. This horse relaxed beautifully. Made that run, ridden out to the wire. Some, right-handed urging, right or left-handed urging mid-stretch, but really kind of coasted home well the last 70 yards. And the 2-back try had an excuse on that off track at Gulfstream prior to the break. This horse, those top 3 horses have all come back to run well, fast, mid to high 70 figures. Running against a little bit better field than what he caught at Delaware, but I think he's well spotted here. You talked about Armed and Ready, gets a little help here as well with that immediate scratch to his outside. Dr. Jack Flyer, who I thought would go ahead and go for fair. Armed and Ready, big improvement, second time Lasix, made that jump from 2 to 3. But I'll take a shot with Finger Roll to get the jump on the closers.
I'm really glad you mentioned that the top 3 finishers came back on a fast track, because that's the only angle I went against this horse. I said, how's this horse going to go from the off going to the fast track? Yeah. But it's a good sign that the top, the other 3 finishers are doing very well back on a fast track.
Yeah, they did well down there, down south. So I go 4-5. I think Margie's Fun Son is interesting. Now, Lacey off the claim on the dirt the last couple. Not as strong as what I originally thought. Holds the level, but this horse is, I know he's 1 for 15, but he hits the board, he finds the board, he's bringing finishes. I thought that last race was really well, back to a fast track. Best number was at this distance. Is going to be able to slide inside, settle, save every bit of ground, which should help that run. Money Room as well, it works. Mixes Lucky Starfighter, works as well. Another horse, much improved since being gelded 4 or 5 races back. Didn't really take to the turf at Pimlico. Back to the right spot out of a double key, and maybe even a triple key. 2 races back.
No, definitely. 4-5 at 3-6 there for the start of the Rainbow Pick 6 for Keith Fusel in that first leg. Race number 5 starts the late pick 5. Back on the turf in a starter optional 12-5. A mile on that distance for the 3-year-olds and up. Scratches in the 5, 6, 7, 14, and 16.
Yeah.
Keith, you have the number 2 on top in Carius. Let's go ahead and take a look at that effort. 2 back on the turf with Wes Hamilton and Hugh McMahon.
Yeah, after a little bit of a slower beginning, bumped around early, you saw off last in this field of 10. But watch this last 1/8 of a mile on working in between horses. Just absolutely rolls home. This horse kept on going. Behind Bosses of Pal. Look at this, the last 50 yards. Sprinting home. Bosses of Pal came back to win. Keep the stamina, kept the conditioning going, stayed in that race when it came off the turf at the mile and an eighth. Now we're back at the mile and the turf.
Right.
Bottom side, Giant Mover did very well in these kind of distances. 4 for 13 overall. Was a stakes winner, I think maybe a state bred stakes winner down in Virginia. Karras with good positioning, not a lot of true speed. A good break is going to work. I think follows Power Back around the track. Power Back might be able to get loose on the lead here, carry it a little further. Those 2 possible lineup race. American Duo, though, I do like your top selection.
It's hard
Comes back. Turf kind of woke this guy up last time out. Good back numbers on the grass. Multiple winner. Big figures. Yes, maybe against a little bit better field, too, than what he's facing this afternoon here for Ricky Silliman.
And
2-10-11.
That's the angle I went with. I love your number 2 on top. I had that horse on and off my picks. A lot of great angles there. I'm looking forward to see that after that trouble trip last time out. I wanted to mention Oliferous, the Keels, with that with the dirt to turf. With this horse has won on the turf before, but it's just something that going from that dirt to turf has been working for these past couple of entrants for the Keels. So why not? But that's what I definitely saw there. 2, 10, 11, 1.
Yes.
Anything else?
Uncle Curly,
Sure.
I think does kind of work here out of a race that produced a winner at Gulfstream. I like the inside positioning. Can stay the trip here at a mile. Should work out a good run from a couple lengths off the pace.
There we have it. A lot of options here as well in race number 5. We will be back for more options after this commercial break. We're back in action here. Race number 6 starts that jackpot super high 5, the late pick 4 as well. Keith, and it's going to be in the 7,500 for the girls 3 and up, going a mile on the dirt. Love this distance. We both love the same horse on top in the number 8 Irish Lace. Kieran McGee, Jamie Rodriguez, first time in the barn after the claim. Let's take a look at that race that he did claim this one back on the 8th of March.
Yeah, and there's a stat that sticks out to it, the distance, Cal. 3 for 4. Dogged bid. I like this. Determined effort. Was never giving up. Going to run down Thunder Buggy, the clear leader, late. A little freshening here for Kieran. Look at the conditions. 7,500, 1 and 6 month. Never won 4. Guys won. She's won 6.
Yep.
Right. Comes out of the open nickel win. Playing the conditions beautifully, as this barn does.
Yes.
And Kieran, another note. We might have used this the other day when we had that price horse, right? Indian Lake. But 6 for 17, 35%, 9 for 17 in the money. First off a claim and getting this kind of rest, 61 to 180 days. That ROI is $3. Yeah, some speed will be in here too. I think my sister Nancy, she likes to be forward, has to prepare for takeoff. Sweet Heidelberg has the ability to sit just off of it, has to deal with that inner post. Maybe sometimes they break a little slow rush up, but has to get good position. I think she will. But I like Irish Lace, J. Rod, and Caramanos, kind of the go-to riders here for Kieran, who's hitting at a great clip again. Well spotted.
No, definitely. You go 175 underneath Sweet Heidelberg with the number 7 Happy Union and hot looking Royal here. Yeah,
I think Irish Lace. We should get that good stalking trip, about 3 or 4 out of a mid-turn and close them in. But Sweet Heidelberg, I think ran very well. And it was on the better part of the racetrack on the 27th at Pimlico. Dead game. Dunvegan Doll. I think that horse might have been 1-2, 3-5 for Farrier. She gave her everything she could possibly handle. We like this one at 4-1. She's right back. Corrales Barn going strong. Yeah, and Happy Union, she's a steady. She'll make that run.
Definitely. I think she loves this distance. I think that's going to be a nice kind of easy setup here for all participants there in race number 6. Race number 7. Keith, you have a late pick 3 for us. Smartly played, by the way.
I think a lot of this keys up. And this was a card where I thought we were going to have to spend a lot of money in some of these other spots for the pick 4s, pick 5s.
Right.
You got to pick 6 tickets. That's reasonable. And I like to keep them, 18, 24. 36 tops. I was not going to be able to do that in the early pick 4 today. So we give you this, and a lot of it hinges with the value in the 2 in race 7. So we go 2, 4, 5, 8. I do think money's going to be spread around a little bit in race 7. Race 8, 3, 4, 7. Shafts Bullet, really good race. This open, 63,000 allowance. Vance Scholars, we'll talk about that one. Magic Michael, steady as they go. In race 9, we're going to wrap it up with the 6, 7, and 10. Little price shot with Dr. Hyde. So $18. Maybe we connect, get something between 80 and 100. Bring it back tomorrow and run it right back. That's
You're playing I love it. Just have the plan ready for the weekend.
Yes.
And let's start things off. Let's dive into that first leg of your ticket. In this allowance going on the turf for the girls 3 and up, scratching the 7 Wise and Elegant, the 11 First Lady Rosalind, and the number 14 Lena Magneta in this open a restricted allowance,
Yeah.
actually, here on the turf. Keith, the number 2, you mentioned Shine On Moon, Cal Lynch, Angel Rodriguez. I am so glad you went with this one. I was fighting with this one to just either go 3rd or 4th or off my ticket. Just interesting race here.
It's a little move I like to do. Yes, she hasn't run quite as fast as some of these other ones on the turf, that feels. But you look at her race, 2 back, that buyer of 62, and you look at kind of the company, and I went back and looked some of the horses out of there. They've run substantially faster, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. That's what we're going to get here. You've got to project a little bit. LASIK's going on. I like he's got Rodriguez here. They have for a good clip, 26, 27% positive ROI. This horse does have positional speed in a race with quite a few horses that they want to be right up on the engine. I think she can tuck up. We always like to say get the jump on the closers because there's some deeper closers in here that I like. Take a shot here. Cal Lynch, dirt to turf. He's only 24% with an ROI, hedging up towards about 375. That's really, really strong. So I'll take a shot with Shine On Moon. He gets well with Hope Jones. That owner-trainer combo, if I'm not mistaken, in the past has been very good, winning some stakes. Apropos. I love the turn back. Like this filly last time out at Pimlico. Got the blinkers going on. Might have been one of our value plays, Callie, talking about that day.
Yes,
Let's watch that rerun. Bumped around at the break. We kind of got what we wanted. Got a good honest pace over at Pimlico, 22-1, 45-4. Then you see a little bumper car early. Kind of drafts back, settles off of the early pace. And when turning for home, has to work out to about 6, 7 wide when it's all said and done, and just comes with that run. Unfortunately, winked, a little too good there. Got the jump, holds on by a nose. Here comes Wise and Elegant, who we're going to see here today, the 7-horse this afternoon.
Scratch.
And apropos, oh, that's right, Wise. My bad, you're right. Wise and Elegant is out. And look at this run here. Oh, just a little extra ground.
Right.
Longer stretch here with this flow that's going to be involved in this race up front. I think apropos has found her niche sprinting on the turf. We talked about the 2-back race at Keeneland, 3-back. Those were key races, some really strong horses out of there. So look for Ruiz to work out the trip from off of it.
8-4 to wrap things up there in your picks. Ala Breve and Lily Simone, Jose Magana, Johan Rosado. I like that pick.
Lily Simone, the 4, a little outside in angle for me. I like that. This one, keys up against the right kind. Has run well. 2 wins out of 5 starts on this turf course. And Ala Breve, this is a horse Michael Matz kind of getting back on track now. It was a tough little run for the stable, but right now, yes, going well. This horse has learned to finish on the turf the last couple of turf sprints. That's what I like, Cara Manos. We'll see if she needs a race. Probably not. I think she rolls late through the stretch, but I'm looking for a little bit better price in the 2 and possibly the 5.
Keith Fusel's usual angles there. I'm trying to give you some value there.
Yes.
2, 5, 8, 4 in race number 7. Race number 8, our feature race, is an allowance. Going 1 mile and 16th on the dirt for the 3-year-olds and up. Scratching the 1, feeling woozy. Scratching the 6, be better. Keith, you have the number 4 on top. Vance Scholars.
Wow.
Game trip, last effort, last time out. Let's take a look at that back at Pimlico on the 27th of May.
And I think this is unfortunately where we lost the race. Just 3 wide early. I thought they might drop in, Tori Alvin. And this horse ends up going outside about 4 wide down the backside. Got a pretty decent flow. And I just think ground loss was everything here. You see the comment, 3 to 5 wide trip. Top of the stretch, we got a shot here. What a great ride here with Magic Michael. There's J-Rod down in the lime green cap behind the horses. We're outside. Just can't quite finish with a horse that saved pretty much all of the ground. That's going to be the turning point, the change here today. We'll try to turn the tables with Vance Scholars. This horse, he battles, got him back right. Really, really good form. Very difficult to separate a bunch of these horses. They all know each other. They faced each other multiple times. We'll take a shot. Slight edge, Vance Scholars, Magic Michael. He just brings it every race. Shaft's Bullet, I like the positioning here. Sprint back out to a route. Was favored and beaten by a few of these a couple races back on the lakes. I think stretching back out, he'll get a great position because Ain't the Beer Cold a little help with feeling woozy coming out of there, he'll go. But I don't think Boss Logic's going to let him get too far away and have too relaxed as a trip. We had him there, and that was a good one in the Native Dancer at a nice price. This is one of my favorite horses. I think he gets a little heat here off the break. I don't know if he can handle it, but I'm definitely pulling for it. 4-7, 7-4 as your keys here in a really, really good feature.
Yeah, definitely. No, very, very competitive effort there. That's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's going to be potentially a tight finish. So fun race to bet there. Let's finish up today with a claiming 20,000 on the turf, going a mile and an eighth, which have never won two for the 3-year-olds and up. No scratches here, Keith. You go with the number 6 on top. Dancing Mischief, you're in between a little bit of that fighting between the 6 and the 7. I'm the same way. Let's take a look at exactly why in that last effort on the 26th of May.
Yeah, pick your trip right here. Let's start at the back of the pack with Stellar Loot. This one gets kind of the worst of it, right, Cal? Kind of goes up on heels, has to steady a little bit, bides time. Pretty much from the 3/8 pole to the head of the lane. Dancing Mischief got a great run here with Caramanos. They went pretty quick early. He got this guy to settle down, worked outward. It's going to be a winner. And we were locked and loaded at 7-1. That's all I can tell you. This was a very upset press box after this finish. Now, Stellar Loot right behind is able to kind of drop back in, knife between horses, work back out. Dancing Mischief looked to me just to hang just a touch.
Agreed.
And there was some contact right at the wire. Brady Bear came out a little bit, bounced off of Dancing Mischief. Noses apart, but I tell you what, finishing best was Stellar Loot right back here today. Tough for us to split them. 6-7, 7-6. One of these two. If you're looking for that stranger bailout kind of horse, I look at Dr. Hyde. Off time, September to May. This horse has a win in a third with a good buyer that works against this group. One at J-Rod. They're going to get Torrealba. You had a 10-pound bug rider on this horse, or apprentice, at Presque Isle with an overland trip. That was the tightener. Today's they're going to fire. Will it be good enough against our top two selections?
We'll find out in race number 9, post time 4:36. Only one way to find out is by watching here in Maryland. Keith, let's dive into those picks a little bit more. You've got some value to give us here. Starting in race number 3 on the number 10, Union Bull for Horacio de Paz, Jamie Rodriguez, 12-1 on the morning line.
Yeah, an inscrutable race. We got to go with something double digits. Full brother, that was the key when I looked at it this morning. Drop back, look at this family. Winner for Open 25 company at Mom with a really good buyer of an 85. 82 prior to that against, I think, 2 other than company. Okay. So the family is there, a barn that's been really good here the last 3-4 months in Maryland. Why not take a shot with the Bulldog? Union Bulldog.
You do. Union Bulldog, excuse me. You take another stab in race number 7 a little bit later on as your top selection is 12-1 as well. And Shine On Moon, the number 2 on the inside speed for Cal Lynch on the turf with Jamie Rodriguez.
Yes. Something we like to do is project these horses 2 to 3, especially on the turf, making that jump. Buyer 62, maybe 8, 10, 12 points off of some of these. Couple length, jump. I think it's well within the scope of this 3-year-old filly by Bourbon Courage. Owner-trainer combo has been good year in and year out. I like the post position. I like this horse. He's just tucked up. Get me through that, first 3/16, sitting there stalking. I got a shot. There are going to be some horses rolling late, like Apropos, Alabrave, but Shine On Moon offers some significant value in race 7.
And you'll see Rodriguez, but it's Angel Rodriguez coming in down from Penn National. They team up at a 25% clip together as of lately, so very, very interesting there. Good. I like that as your top play, Keith. Let's take a look further on him. What's kind of shaken up at the beginning of this summer? Good races that we have later on this weekend as well, but Jamie Ness is back on track. He just had a wonderful weekend this past weekend, but Torrealba is right behind there. Yeah,
Torrealba riding well. Ruiz exceptional. Good to see Barbosa back riding well. He was in a little bit of a lull. He's kind of come back. I hate using that word, but he's a little stagnant. Now things are jumping for Barbosa. Caramano steady as she comes, but J-Rod riding the wave. Ness, we talked about it. What's that? 5 for 7 the last 10 days. Pretty strong.
Yeah, no, speaking of the jockey standing, let's go ahead. And, yes, when you see Jamie Rodriguez, you're going to see Jamie Ness. And so who is back on the leaderboard here? He also kind of just jumped right back on because at first it was, Mike Trombetta, Kira McGee kind of leading the scene.
Yeah, and things can definitely change on this trainer, no doubt. Trombetta, Kieran McGee, John Robb, all these guys, Corrales, they've got kind of the bullets, maybe not quite as many when you're really looking at it with sheer numbers as the top 3 with horses. But, yeah, this time of year, horses moving up kind of all around, guys finding spots. Things could shake up in those trainer standings.
All right, 30 minutes to go for that post time for that first race. We will head on over to Dave Rodman for some more changes and scratches here for our Friday card.
All right, good luck.